On the screen in front of you here, you can see a couple of examples of problems that I would refer to as data-driven problems. They're called data-driven problems because in order to do them, you need to key in these tables of data that you see in the middle of the problems right up. We're going to be seeing a lot of data-driven problems in our course, and so I wanted to show you real briefly a few things regarding your calculator that will make it easier to deal with these. This problem here happens to be a linear regression problem, but what we're going to show you on the calculator would apply equally to any data-driven problem that you would encounter. So in front of me here I have my calculator, and when you do data-driven problems, inevitably you're going to be working with the stat menu. So the calculator has lists in which data can be stored. You can see the names of these lists here above the 1 through 6 keys, L1, L2, L3, and so on. That's short for list 1, list 2, list 3, and so on. To see them, you can select the edit command here inside the stat menu. You can hit the number 1, or you can press enter as long as that command is lit up there. And you can see these lists. Now the last thing you want to have happen when you're doing a data-driven problem is to have some kind of contamination of your current data set from artifact data that's been left behind by some previous data-driven problem that you were working on. And so in other words, at some point you're going to have to clear your lists, and when I'm doing a data-driven problem I always make it a point to clear my lists at the very start. You can clear your lists on an individual basis. For example, if you wanted to clear list 3 here, you could just go up to the top, as you can see there. Notice that the top of the list is lit up right there. You can press clear and then press enter, and you can see that that individual list is wiped. If you wanted to wipe more than one list at once, there's another command for that. You can go to the stat menu here and you can use the clear list command. So you can hit number 4, and then you need to tell it the names of the lists that you want to clear. So in this case I'm going to clear list 1 and list 2. Press enter, and now you can see when you go back to the stat menu that those lists have been wiped as well. Another thing that's helpful to notice is that many of the built-in functions we will be using for data-driven problems, they default to either list 1 or list 2. And so if you don't have those lists in your calculator, if they've been inadvertently deleted, accidentally deleted, that can be a hassle. And so it's really not hard to delete lists. People do it unintentionally. They have the top of the list lit up and they're trying to clear it, and they hit delete, and as you can see that makes the list go away. And so what's not immediately obvious is how you bring them back. And to do that you'd go back to the stat menu and you'd use this command right here, number 5, the setup editor. So all you have to do is hit number 5 here like this and press enter to execute it. And then when you go back and look, you'll notice that the deleted lists have been restored. So hopefully these things will help you when you're doing data-driven problems using your calculator.